Many learners feel nervous about roundabouts. Today, I will explain the rules, common mistakes, and exactly what you should do to master them. Hey there, it's Ed here, and welcome to the Driving Theory channel. Today, I will show you how to master roundabouts in the UK, step by step, with rules, examples, and mistakes to avoid. If you are worried about passing your test, the Driving Theory app can help. It's designed to guide you step by step. Just check the link in the description and start practicing today. Let's be honest, roundabouts can feel stressful when you are learning. There is a lot of things going on at once. You have cars coming from the right, you are checking your mirrors, you are thinking about signals, and you are trying to keep the car moving. That is why examiners pay close attention here. Roundabouts test your awareness, your judgment, and your control, all at the same time. But once you understand the steps, roundabouts start to make sense, and they actually help keep traffic flowing better than normal junctions. Let's break down the golden rules. Traffic that is already on the roundabout has priority. That means when you approach, you must give way to the traffic coming from your right. Before you get there, check your mirrors, slow down early, then if it's clear, keep moving. When you leave, check your mirrors again, signal left to show you are exiting, and guide the car out smoothly. That is the basic roundabout system. Now, lane choice is what confuses most learners, but it is really simple if you remember this. Left lane is usually for turning left or going straight ahead. Right lane is for turning right or going all the way around the roundabout, so basically doing a U-turn. The key is, once you pick your lane, stay in it, do not drift or cut across, and when you are leaving, check your mirrors, signal left in a good time, and follow the road markings. If the roundabout has arrows painted on the road, use them. They are there to guide you. Now let's look into the lane discipline. Generally, where things go wrong with the lane discipline is either you was in the wrong lane and you realized you need to switch lanes and you make a mess there. But the most common reason is straight lining the roundabout when we're going straight ahead of the roundabout. Now, at the next roundabout, I will be going straight ahead, second exit. So I will start slowing down. I don't need to signal. I will drop down to the gear 3 because the roundabout's a little bit bigger. I will keep myself nicely to the left. There's no one on my right. And I follow around the roundabout on the left side. And I use the crack in a tarmac as a little guide for myself to keep my car nicely to the left side. Now, lane discipline with the next scenario, I will be turning right at the roundabout. So I'm going to check my center right mirror. I'm going to signal right. I'm going to slow the car down, keeping myself to the right, because when we turn right at the roundabout, we need to be on the right side and use the inside of the roundabout. So this scenario, I need to use the gear 1 because the roundabout was busy. I wasn't able to carry on. I keep myself nicely to the right. I get past the first exit. I will get past the second exit. I'm just about there. I'm checking my mirrors, signaling, and now I'm making sure my left side's clear so I can slide over to the left. And the reason I move over to the left to leave the roundabout on the left side is I'm being defensive to close the last exit and not allow someone to enter. Not allow would be maybe the wrong way to say it. It's more about showing my clear intentions, because people sometimes think that if someone is in the right lane, they can enter the roundabout, and that's where the situation could become dangerous. If I delay my signal or keep my position to the right for too long, people may think I'm going to carry on going around the roundabout, and from the last exit, people might enter the roundabout, and then we might have a collision. Okay, next roundabout, I will be turning right again, checking my mirrors, signaling right, slowing the car down, going to the gear 3 because looks I'm going to be able to go. Roundabout's nice and clear for me. Keep nicely to the right, so again, getting past the first exit, keeping myself into the inside of the roundabout, checking my mirrors, telling the Ford that I'm going to be leaving, and sliding over to the left to close the roundabout. And I keep an eye on the car behind me, so they are not next to me. I have that space to slide over to the left. I do call this as closing the roundabout. Remember, it's not enough just to read the road rules. You need to practice. With the Driving Theory app, you can take mock tests, review your mistakes, and actually see your progress. The download link is in the description. If you're learning to drive in the UK, hit that subscribe button. We've got new lessons and tips every week. The gear you need depends on the size of the roundabout and how busy it is and how well you are planning ahead. On smaller roundabouts, second gear often is fine as long as you can keep control. On bigger roundabouts, the aim is usually to keep the car moving, look well ahead, spot your gap early and adjust your speed so you do not have to stop. Now, here it could possibly be Gear 3. Use Gear 1 when the roundabout is busy and you know you will have to stop. The key is smooth planning. Slow your approach and give yourself time to look and try to keep it rolling. Okay, speed and gears. It really depends on the situation, depends on the roundabout. Next roundabout I will be turning right, so I will prepare early. I'm going to check my mirrors, I'm going to signal right, I'm going to touch my brake, slow it down, and will keep myself to the right, going down to the Gear 2, because the roundabout is actually quite small. And there's a little bit of traffic, but I can see I will be able to carry on, and I will carry on with my Gear 2. Check my mirrors, signal, and leave the roundabout. So with the gears, it all depends on the situation and depends on the roundabout. So with the roundabouts very small, you might have to go down to the Gear 1, Gear 2. Realistically, depends on the scenario. Ideally, what we all the times try to do is slow down early and trying to keep the vehicle moving. My car in this occasion is quite actually specific. So with some vehicles, you generally will be using Gear 2 for the roundabouts. My vehicle's Gear 3 is actually like Gear 2 on a normal vehicle, so I have opportunities sometimes to use Gear 3 because I can realistically do about 12 miles an hour with the Gear 3, so it depends as well on the vehicle. But general little idea is we want to slow down, use appropriate gear, Gear 1, 2 or 3 depending on the roundabout and depending on the situation, and the goal is trying to get the vehicle rolling and keep moving if possible, because that's the whole point of the roundabout. Now, here are the classic learning mistakes, the ones examiners see every day. Not giving way to cars or on the roundabout, cutting across lanes because you're in the wrong lane, or just basically straight lining the roundabout sometimes, hesitating too long, holding up traffic, or the opposite, rushing in when it is not safe, and finally, signaling too late or not signaling at all. The good news, all of these mistakes are avoidable if you follow the system and practice regularly. So next roundabout I will be going straight ahead, taking third exit. We'll take the middle lane because I know this roundabout. But if you look at the road markings, the left lane goes left only, which means that's going to go to the first exit. Middle lane goes straight ahead, right lane goes straight ahead, and that takes us to A57. So middle lane, I'm going to go to the third exit. I'm going to slow it down, drop down to the Gear 2 because the roundabout's a little bit busy. I'm looking to the right, making sure it's safe. I'm checking my left side a little bit as well at this occasion because someone could potentially cut across, keeping myself to the left lane. Exit 1, we gone past. Exit 2, gonna be the next one. I will check my mirrors, I will signal, and I'm gonna keep myself to the left to exit the roundabout. I normally accelerate a little bit towards the end of the roundabout to make some progress and leave the roundabout nicely. And as well, the road around here is 40 miles an hour, so I keep moving nicely. So next bigger roundabout, I will be turning right, taking the fourth exit. I'm checking my mirrors, signal right, I'm gonna move over to the right lane. I'm slowing down in a good time, the traffic's slowing down, I'm looking to the right to assess the situation. I might be able to use the Gear 3. As I approach, there's the black vehicle. I will go after the black vehicle nicely, entering the roundabout, keeping myself to the right. Exit 1, exit 2 is further up on the left. We do have a traffic light on this roundabout. I'm gonna keep my signal on because I'm not leaving the roundabout yet. So that's exit 2. Exit 3 is coming up now. As I reach exit 3, I'm gonna check my mirrors, I'm gonna signal, I'm gonna slide over to the left, showing my intentions of leaving to these people on the left, and I nicely left the roundabout. Next roundabout, I will be turning left, and this is a mini roundabout. So now we'll check my mirrors, signal left. I'm gonna slow the car down nicely. I'm gonna assess the situation on the right. There's a vehicle coming around. I will slow it down a little bit more. Now I'm using the Gear 2 at this occasion. Looking ahead, it is safe for me to carry on because this exit was a blocker for the vehicle on my right, so I had the opportunity to carry on. I didn't stop, I didn't hesitate, I utilized the safe opportunity because if I would have slammed on the brakes, stop unnecessarily, that could potentially be an issue as well, because the vehicle behind me may not expect me to stop. Now, next roundabout, I will be turning right, taking second exit. I'm going to check my mirrors, signal right, start slowing down. I'm going downhill as well a little bit, so I'm going to drop my speed. I'm going to go down to the gear 3. The roundabout looks like it's going to be clear by the time I get there. There's this guy on the bike. He left the roundabout. It's safe for me to carry on. I keep myself to the right, exit 1. I will check my mirrors, signal left, start sliding over to the left a little bit, and I'm nicely gonna go around this sharp left bend. Brilliant. And that's how you deal with the roundabouts. And to be honest, the key thing at the roundabout, doesn't matter what roundabout you're dealing with, is approach and planning ahead. The earlier you can start to spread your attention out towards what's happening on the roundabout, the earlier you're gonna know what you're gonna do. You're gonna stop, you're gonna go. You're not gonna create unnecessary stops. You're not gonna hesitate. So the key skill at the roundabout will be planning ahead. We start to learn ourselves to get the routines right, the lanes, but planning, in my opinion, is the most important skill dealing with the roundabout. Roundabouts aren't as scary as they seem. If you prepare properly, check your mirrors, and follow the system, you will pass the test and feel confident every time. Knowledge fades if you don't use it. The Ray Driving Theory app helps you stay consistent from theory questions to hazard perception, all in one place. Download it using the link in the description and make practice part of your routine. Thanks for watching the Ray Driving Theory channel, and remember, stay calm, stay safe. See you in the next video.